Imagine eating a perfectly calculated 1,800 calories every day. Tracking every bite, weighing your rice, scanning barcodes, refusing dessert because it will push you 37 calories over your limit. You do this for weeks, but somehow the scale barely moves. Meanwhile, someone else seems to lose weight without tracking a single calorie. Frustrating, right? For years, we've been told that weight loss is simple math, calories in versus calories out. Just count your calories, stay in a deficit, and the fat will melt away. But here's the uncomfortable truth, your body is not a calculator. It's a complex biological system that responds to hormones, stress, sleep, food quality, and metabolism, not just numbers on a nutrition label. And today, we're going to break down why counting calories is overrated, why it often fails people, and what actually matters if you want sustainable results. But before we dive in, welcome to Brain Dots, the channel where we break down psychology, habits, and human behavior in ways that actually make sense. If you enjoy content like this, subscribe and join the Brain Dots community. 1. Calories are not as accurate as you think. Most people treat calorie numbers like scientific facts. But in reality they're estimates. Food labels are legally allowed to be off by up to 20% in many countries. That means a 400-calorie meal could actually be 480 calories. Now imagine this happening 3 or 4 times a day. Suddenly your perfect calorie deficit disappears. But it gets even stranger. Your body also absorbs calories differently depending on the food. For example, eating 200 calories of almonds doesn't mean your body absorbs all 200, because nuts contain fiber and dense structures, some calories pass through digestion without being fully absorbed. But if you drink 200 calories of soda, your body absorbs almost all of it instantly. Same calories. Completely different biological effect. Yet calorie counting treats them as identical, which leads to the next problem. 2. Not all calories affect your body the same. A calorie from sugar and a calorie from protein technically contain the same energy. But inside your body, they behave very differently. Protein increases fullness hormones and requires more energy to digest. Carbohydrates, especially refined ones, can spike blood sugar and insulin. Highly processed foods are designed to make you eat more without feeling full. In fact, studies consistently show that people eating whole foods naturally consume fewer calories without trying. Why? Because whole foods trigger satiety signals in the brain. Your body knows when it has had enough. But ultra-processed foods bypass these signals, making it easier to overeat, even if you're counting calories. This is why someone eating 1,800 calories of whole foods often feels satisfied, while someone eating 1,800 calories of processed snacks feels hungry all day. The numbers might be identical, but the experience is completely different. 3. Calorie counting ignores hormones. Here's something most calorie tracking apps never tell you. Hormones control fat storage, not just calories. Insulin, cortisol, leptin, and ghrelin all influence whether your body burns fat or stores it. For example, when you're chronically stressed, your body produces more cortisol. And cortisol encourages fat storage, especially around the belly. Now imagine someone who is stressed, sleeping poorly, overworking, eating late at night. They might count every calorie perfectly, but their hormonal environment is working against them. On the other hand, someone who sleeps well, manages stress, eats balanced meals, and moves regularly may lose weight without tracking anything, because their hormones support fat loss. Calories matter, but hormones decide how your body uses them. 4. It turns eating into a math problem. Another hidden downside of calorie counting is psychological. It turns eating into a spreadsheet exercise. Instead of asking, "Am I hungry?" people start asking, "Do I have calories left?" This disconnects people from their natural hunger signals. You might eat when you're not hungry just because your calorie allowance says you can. Or ignore hunger because you've hit your daily number. Over time, this weakens your body's ability to regulate itself. Ironically, People who stop obsessively counting calories often become better at listening to their bodies. And when that happens, eating becomes simpler and more sustainable. 5. It's mentally exhausting. Let's be honest, counting calories is a lot of work. You have to weigh food, scan barcodes, track every meal, estimate restaurant portions, and log snacks. Do this for a few days and it feels manageable, do it for 6 months, and it becomes exhausting. This is why so many people start strong with calorie tracking, but eventually quit. Not because they lack discipline, but because the system itself is unsustainable long term. And when people stop tracking, they often feel like they've failed. But the truth is, the method failed them. 6. The most successful people don't track forever. Many people who achieve lasting weight loss don't rely on calorie counting forever. Instead, they develop simple habits. They eat mostly whole foods, they prioritize protein, they move their bodies regularly, they sleep well, and they pay attention to hunger and fullness. These habits automatically regulate calorie intake without needing an app. In other words, their lifestyle manages calories in the background. Which is far easier than manually tracking every bite forever. So what actually works better? If counting calories isn't the magic solution, what should people focus on instead? Here are a few things that matter much more. First, eat mostly whole foods. Foods that are close to their natural state, like vegetables, fruits, eggs, fish, and lean meats naturally regulate appetite. Second, prioritize protein. Protein keeps you full longer and helps preserve muscle during weight loss. Third, sleep more than you think you need. Poor sleep disrupts hunger hormones and makes cravings worse. Fourth, move your body regularly. Not just intense workouts, but daily movement like walking. And finally, slow down while eating. Your brain takes about 20 minutes to register fullness. Eating slower helps your body signal when it's had enough. None of these require a calorie app. But together, they create an environment where weight loss becomes much easier. If you enjoyed this video and want more psychology-backed insights on health, habits, and human behavior, make sure you subscribe to Brain Dots, because every week we break down the hidden forces shaping the way you think, eat, work, and live. Thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next video.